Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. We gotta do Hunter next. Haven't really had any luck. Have I had any luck with Hunter? I don't know. I know that it hasn't been all that great. Yeah, I had a good one last time, but it's been a slow start for this class. Picking up with a garbage rare, we'll take the Demolisher. And then we have a pretty decent common here. The Rhino adds some nice potential for burn, but I'm gonna grab the Tiger, because I think that it's a really good finishing card. Wow, that's a tough choice. Jesus. So we have a choice between basically three different things: card draw, buffing, or just really big stuff. Oh god, that's tough. I'm going to take the card draw. I think hunters have less opportunities for card draw than other classes, with the buzzard being nerfed, so I'll take the inventor, but that's a very tough, very tough pick. Okay, well, we'll take the kill command there. That's easy. Ouch. Ouch, that's a bad pack. Alright, we'll take the Snapjaw here. I don't like the Hyena at all. The Dalaran Mage it's just got bad stats. I'll take the Ogre Magi or the Kobold Geomancer over it, and if I don't see any of them, it's not that big of a deal. We'll try the Snapjaw. This has been a nuisance. It's hard to get rid of. I don't know, we'll give it a shot. Okay, we have a bad removal card, or a bad minion, or another bad minion, so I guess we'll take the bad removal. Say this isn't starting out too well. We got a 5-drop going here. Yuck. Alright, I guess we'll take the Ventrico. Okay, we have another 5-drop. So here we have a choice. We can get greedy with another Tiger and have plenty of stealthy beast synergy with kill command and finishing power, or I can take this slightly more humble 3-drop and hope to get some 2-mana mechs later on so I can actually get the battle cry off. Ah, boy, it's tough. It's tough, because if I don't see any more big cards, I'm going to really regret passing this Tiger. Yeah, I'll take the Tiger. We'll see if this fails. Okay, so here, I'm not going to take the Inventor. I got to get some early drops, so we'll take the Loot Hoarder. And, okay, here we have a tough call. The Bio Teacher is excellent, but the Eagle Horn Bow is removal, which I seem to be lacking so far, so we'll take the Bow. Sen'jin is obviously terrific. Here we have a tough call between a pretty bad buff card or a pretty bad taunt card, or I could take this Tracking, I suppose. I'm going to take the Grunt, because I do want some early plays. Alright, another Sen'jin I think is fine. The Raptor lends itself for curve reasons, but we're not even halfway there, so might as well just take the better card. Got another Cobra Shot. This one I think I'll pass on. Shredder. Oh, that's such a good 4-drop. The Spinner's an amazing 1-drop, though. God, it's tough. Alright, I'm going to take... oh god, I'm going to take the good 4-drop, although I really might regret that. Alright, we got the thing that just cycles for 2 mana, so we'll take another good 4-drop. Okay, now we've really got to get some good 2-drops and 1-drops. Here we've got to take the Freezing Trap. It's a good slowdown card. Might also work with the Bow. Here, the Zerdrake's great, but I'm going to grab the Highmane, because this is, like, basically better than drawing a card, I think, in a lot of cases. It's just so difficult to deal with. Aha, we have a chance for the Geomancer or the Farseer. You know, I have a lot of 2-power 2-drops. I think I'm going to grab the Farseer, which, you know, fits in my curve and also might help me out to kill the opponent's 2-drops. We're going to take the Squire, because the Hyena, I think, kind of sucks. Alright, the only good card here is the Teacher. Good 4-drops do in games, so we'll go for that. Here we got to grab the Wolf Rider. It's necessary, because I'm a bit light on removal still, and that could be helpful for slowing the opponent down. Gotta grab the Glyabzuka so I can kill the opponent's plays if I'm not going to be making any of my own. Third Sen'jin's tempting, Stormwind is tempting, but I've got actually, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4 big creatures? And a bunch of really good 4-drops. If I didn't have all these, well, these, ignore the Snapjaw. If I didn't have these really good 4-drops, then 4 of these wouldn't really be enough for endgame purposes, but because I have such a good mid-game, I can take the cheap removal there. Hey, we get a Legendary. A bad one. Well, Harrison Jones, 5-4 for 5 mana is not palatable. A 7-4, this is a Salty Dog. That's just terrible. We'll grab the Onyxia, because that card does just win games. Okay, Nightblade is tempting, of course, with all the burnout possibilities, but I'm going to grab Bluegill Warrior, which deals almost as much damage for less mana and can target minions. I think it's a no-brainer. Alright, another Wolf Rider or just another 2-drop. We'll take the Wolf Rider for some more burn potential and some early removal. This stuff's junk. We'll take a second Squire. Aha! Very tough choice here. So we have the Mech Warper or the Deadly Shot. The Mech Warper lets me live the Arcane Nullifier or Piloted Shredder turn 3 Dream. Are those my only mechs? Do believe they are. I think I gotta take the Deadly Shot. It's too important not to take. And we'll grab a Fen Creeper there for some more taunting. I think the trap's got to be it. I got to make sure I can survive to play this massive core of 4s and 5s and win the game. Shredder is great, but this can board clear, which I don't currently have since I never saw any Unleash the Hounds. Alright, interesting choice here. This is a good finishing card, but I think I've got, what, 2 Tigers? These are pretty good finishing cards already, and a Nixia, of course. The Pyromancer gives me some more board clear. Granted, I don't have that many spells to trigger it with. Alright, taking an experiment here. I think with these cards and all these 3s I can hold on in the early game, I think. So we're going to try the Assassin, but I could regret that. So I've got maybe not the greatest amount of burn potential in this deck, but I do have 2 Tigers and a Ravenholt Assassin. That's 3 creatures that hit pretty hard and have stealth and 5 health. So that is how I'm going to try to finish off games. And then basically the hope is that my Argent Squire's Freezing Explosive Trap and a few 2-drops will let me hang on in the early game. But I've got to get good opening hands, and I've got to hope my opponents have slow starts. Also, I really want to be second as much as possible. Not that I have control over any of these things that I'm saying, because that maximizes my opportunity for mulligans. This hand, yeah, a little weak. This Squire really isn't going to kill a lot of things. Luckily, he didn't have any Voidwalkers on turn 1. That would have sucked. Okay, now I got nothing to do for quite a while. I didn't get any of my 4-drops, tragically. And I didn't get any of my 2-drops. Okay, this is really nice to see, because while he gets a card from this, I'm keeping the board clear, which is, you know, not to be taken for granted. Alright. Do you play the trap here, or do you take the shot? If you don't take the shot, you forgo the opportunity for 2 damage. When you play Hunter, every damage bit counts. If you play the trap, you have it in place should you need it, but if he plays a bunch of bigger stuff, it could just get wasted. I'm actually going to shoot him here. I think it would have been a mistake to play the trap. He's coming up on turn 3. A lot of stuff's not going to die to the trap, so I might as well save this for when I know I can use it. Alright, he life taps on turn 3, which is a huge boon. That's great. There's a Cogmaster, which, okay, that sucks. The Squire doesn't kill it, and the Wolf Rider to kill a 1-drop is a waste. I could play the trap, let him kill my Squire, run the Wolf Rider at whatever. You know what? Nope. Sometimes you just got to make these plays, even though they feel terrible. It's just what you got to do. So yes, I traded a 3-drop for a 1-drop. But my goal in life is just to be able to survive to play my good 5s and 6s and more. So I've got 2 5-drops here. I just got to get these guys out, and I should be fine. He spends all his mana on Summoning Portal. Now, I got some choices to make here. Obviously, I'm using the coin here. The question is, do I Cobra Shot this thing because I'm afraid of what he can do with it, or do I just ignore it and play the Tiger? With this thing, I mean, he could play like 2 4-drops and a 3-drop next turn. I think I actually have to kill it. As much as I hate to do this, we're going to Cobra Shot and finish this thing off and make him play his crap the hard way. So I did lose the coin, but whatever he plays next turn, I'm responding with a 7-6 or a 5-5 is appropriate, and that should hopefully be enough. Oh, Fell Cannon. God, this thing just ruins me every time. Is it going to kill my Squire? Oh, of course it is. Now the problem is here, if I play the Tiger, it'll kill the Fell Cannon, but if the Fell Cannon hits the Tiger will die to the cannon. But I don't see any point to playing this, because if this thing lives, I don't get to play a minion next turn. So we're going to go for the Tiger, and if it dies to the Fell Cannon, then so be it. But he might be playing his own minions here that might die to the Fell Cannon themselves. I swear to God, with my experiences with Fell Cannon is as if it's like a enemies only thing. Like whenever the opponent plays this, it like never hits his own stuff. But let's see if it'll maybe hit the Sludge Belcher. Hey, it will. Alright, great. I retract all that. Also, remember that time when I was like, oh, will this hit me in the face? Yes, it was definitely going to hit the Argent Squire, because this only hits minions, not opponents. Whoops, that was silly. Okay, so what do we do here? Do we play just the... Wait, what am I talking about? Of course, this is pretty obvious. We just do that, and we play the High Main, I mean. Alright, so the Fell Cannon has a 1 in 3 chance of killing the Tiger. Man, Fell Cannon... I've tried this card. I've really tried this card, and it's been shit-awful terrible every single time. But for some reason, every time my opponents use it, it's just amazing. I guess it's just one of those cards that always feels like it's bad. Alright, he's got a Troglodyte. He's getting 3 damage every turn with that cannon. It's a bit of a problem, but can it kill the slime, please? Hey! Thanks! Okay, so this is why I hate the Fell Cannon. Anyway, Do I just kill the Fell Cannon? I think we're just going to kill the Fell Cannon, right? So let's think. Do I play the Grunt and the Ventrico Mercenary? Problem with that is the Grunt just dies to this for pretty much no gain at all. Like at all. Because this thing's still going to live to hit my Ventrico or the High Main. So what's the point? I could just play these things, which survive against it, and are still kind of annoying in their own right. Yep, that's the move. I guess I should have also been considering hitting him in the face for 6 damage. That would be pretty significant. Take him down to 18. Problem is I don't have that much burn. I just got the trap and that's it. This isn't really much of a burn deck. It's relying more on the stealthy finishers and quote-unquote fair play with steady shot to finish off rather than on bursting the opponent down, surprise, surprise, from when they're at like 20 health. Okay, what's he going to do for this? He's going to Demon Fire it. Luckily that's not an Implosion. That would have been very annoying. Does he have a Hellfire here? That would actually get him back in the game if he did. Hellfire would be amazingly good. Maybe a Mortal Coil. I would actually... Oh, he's got Hellfire. Shit, I was really hoping he would just have a Mortal Coil for that, but this allowed him to clear off my board in high style. And he plays a Fairy Dragon. Okay, so here there's a 3-1 and a 3-2. I don't care about the ability of this, so we're just going to do this thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play the Sen'jin and the Grunt. And the reason for that is it doesn't seem likely that he's going to be able to kill off the Ventrico Mercenary if I played it. And I want to play Onyxia next turn. I've got the luxury of being ahead right now anyway, so I might as well take it slow with this stuff. And then just see what he does. I don't have an answer if he plays anything really big. This deck, a bit lacking for big answers. It's just got the Freezing Trap and the Deadly Shot. That's it. Alright, so let's see if he gets a spell or not. He got lucky, he got a spell. If it were a minion, we would see it flipped and turned into a chicken. So he's got a spell off of that card. That was pretty strong. Right now I can kill his stuff and still get Onyxia played, but he could easily change that. Alright, he got a piece of junk right there. That's good. And more junk. Okay, so we've got tons of junk. And a Soulfire to throw away his last card. That's fine, though. He still has to throw his creature away. Sacrificial Pact. Whoa. How bad does your pack have to be to take Sacrificial Pact? Oh, Lord. He chooses to kill a 2-2 instead of a 3-1. That's sort of interesting. Alright, let's think here. What I think we need to do is... Well, hang on a minute. So, let's try to see if I should start burning him out, because he's out of cards. This is all he's got, and all of it dies to the trap. So I could hit him for 5, 6, 7, 8, if you count the buff, 9, 10, and play this guy? He's a 9. Yeah, I think we just go for... This is where we just go for the kill. So we'll do this. And by the way, I wouldn't be doing this if he weren't totally out of cards. That's the reason why I'm doing this. If he weren't completely dry, I would have just played Onyxia after trading a few things and getting all these 1-1s. So now there's no way he can really kill me with a card and a life tap that I can think of anyway. Let's see, he's got 4-6 or 2-4-7 damage. Yeah, he couldn't have killed me. He's gonna life tap after playing that. It's definitely a Desperado life tap, because of course if I can kill him, then he's in trouble. He should have really done the Gnome and the life tap first, though, because the spare part plus the minion might have been a better play than a 1-7 taunt. This will buy him a turn. Ah, never mind. He's going to get a little more than just a turn. He's going to actually kill that thing off. Okay, cool. Well, good thing I didn't lay the trap, because the trap would have ended up being wasted. So, I feel kind of bad because this is very obnoxious to face. You know, when you've hung on for dear life and might actually come back and win, but then your opponent drops a legendary, but that's the name of the game. Even if this weren't a legendary, I mean, any big minion would have done the job here of being a pretty big problem. Hey, okay. So now this is actually turning into quite an interesting game. He could, in theory, kill me here. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he can't. I win. Alright, well played. Life tapping was a mistake, I think, here, because not everyone, not to like toot my own horn too much, but not everyone would have noticed the run all 4 whelps and hit it with the weapon play that I noticed. So had he kept his health higher, you know, it's possible that somebody would have missed it. Anyway, he realizes when I start to throw my whelps and then I see what's going on, so we win. Yay! Now that was Hunter versus Warlock. which is the best matchup for Hunter. And of course it was a Warlock who played with Sacrificial Pact. So we don't know yet if this deck's any good. I'm going to be happy to get to 5 wins because for 4 arena runs in a row I couldn't get up to 5 with Hunter. It was rather frustrating. Almost as frustrating as that last video with the Druid. Oh my god, that was terrible. Just terrible. So much terror. Anyway, we got Asteria the Paladin here. I don't have Unleash the Hounds, which is the Hunter's sort of response to the Paladin's recruits. The nice thing about being Hunter versus Paladin, unlike being a Warrior versus Paladin, is that at least the recruits aren't totally terrible because your hero ability might kill him first, but it's a bit of a tough matchup in some cases for sure. Hopefully he'll pass the turn here. Nope, that's the coin, and it's coming out. Fuck. Can't catch a break. Alright, what's he gonna make? Wow, a recruit. I don't know why he would do that, but that's the second time in a row that we actually had a Argent Squire on turn 1, and it was able to deal with the person's first play. We actually have the ideal first player curve here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even now. So this has been 2 games with pretty good opening hands. This deck I see suffering tremendously if the opening hands are not up to speed. Or up to par. Anyway, he makes another recruit, so I guess he used his hero ability twice to get rid of my Argent Squire. I'm pretty down with that, because as long as I can stay equal on the board, then I feel like my cards plus my hero ability should be able to burn out most opponents. So he might be a little bit frustrated here, because I keep playing stuff on curve. He used up his coin making a recruit to get rid of the Squire, so there's going to be no consecration. He makes another recruit? Wow. And a Leper Gnome. Well, that's pretty good, because it'll kill both of my drops. So, always draw cards first. Let's see what this is before we make any further commitments. It's Ascension. So that opens up the possibility of playing Sen'jin and letting the Sen'jin protect the Wolf Rider. You can get burned so bad doing this stuff. Nope, we're gonna do this, much as I hate to. And I'm gonna play the Shredder. The reason I'm going to play the Shredder is looking ahead. I'd rather have the extra power than the taunt. And I want to be playing the Tiger. I don't want to be hiding anything behind Sen'jins. Okay, well then he played that guy, which is actually quite annoying, because of course this will kill the Shredder and then live to tell about it. Alright, let's change of plans slightly here. We're going to play the Wolf Rider and lay a trap. He should know that this is a freezing trap, and I'm not going to kill this thing. Basically, what you're afraid of with Paladins is them having buffs for their creatures. But here, the problem is charge, and Paladins don't have any charge, class-specific charge minions. So unless he does have a charge minion here, which would be quite unfortunate to flish out the trap, this thing's going to get popped, and so I don't need to throw my stuff at it to kill it. It's worth noting, I've got 7 damage here, even though this is just a 3-drop and a 4-drop. I've got 7 damage, he's down to 11 health. Paladins have pretty good healing options with Seal of Light and Justice League, but still, it's worth going for, I think. Especially because I'm not sacrificing that much. Sure, I'm a bit down on cards. He's got 8 to 5, but I've got 7 damage every turn, and some nice stealthy finishers here, which will bust past a lot of taunts. What the? He did have a charge creature. Why didn't he play the Wolf Rider? That would have been such a good play. He could have just played the Wolf Rider first, fished out the trap, and wow. Alright, so my opponent just misplayed quite a bit, which is totally fine by me. Do I give him the secret here? I'm gonna attack him first, and then give him the secret, in case it was Noble Sacrifice. Plot twist, he doesn't... Oh, he does have a secret, okay. So now, I'm gonna play the Sen'jin and Steady Shot. Which, you know, I could live to regret. But I figure the 2 damage of the shot makes up the initial differential in the Sen'jin's power versus the Tiger. And then if I'd play the Tiger, I miss the opportunity for the shot later. It's going to freeze that, which you wouldn't have been able to do if this had been the Tiger. Alright, I don't need the Assassin's extra health, or extra attack power here, so I'll just play the Tiger and again, Steady Shot. And let's see if this is a Noble Sacrifice. I don't mind trading a Wolf Rider for it. It is a Noble Sacrifice. So that Mad Scientist was pretty good. It took off 2 damage for the Loot Hoarder, plus another 3 damage off the Wolf Rider. The latter is a permanent change. And now if he plays Justice League, he can hang on, or Antique Healbot for that matter, but I've got just a lot of stealthy power here, and I've got a little bit of extra burn with the trap, so I feel like I'm in decent shape. And also Cobra Shot will, of course, come through. And the nice thing about him being a paladin, he's going to make these recruits, so there's pretty much a guarantee that there will always be something for me to Cobra Shot. Lost Tall Strider. And another real creature, Gilbin Stalker. And another real creature, Light. Oh, it's a weapon. Okay. So here we've got some very interesting choices to make. Very interesting indeed. I could bring him to within 1 health. And I feel like I'm going to try that. So we're going to kill that off. Hit him in his fat face. And Steady Shot. If I had an extra mana, I could also play the Explosive Trap. So now what he needs is healing. Obviously, he has to heal to get away from Steady Shot. Even if he has the healing, he still has to deal with these guys coming up. Okay, so he doesn't have the healing yet. He's going to kill my Tiger off, keep his creature around. Okay, I've got a lot of health, so I can take a few hits while I try to push through the needed damage with the stealth creatures and Steady Shots. And okay, he's out of mana, so well played. Yay! Wow, this is such a Twilight Zone moment for me. A paladin didn't play an Antique Healbot or Justice League. I can't even believe it. I swear to God, it's like everybody drafts 5 of those damn 5/6s for 7 mana every single time. Anyway, we win 2 games. That was, I think, a solid win. Although the paladin did misplay terribly. He could have played a Wolf Rider to fish out a Freezing Trap. Then Silvermoon Guardian would have killed my Piloted Shredder and stuck around as a 3/3. I got a Loot Hoarder out of the Shredder, which wouldn't have killed the Guardian. Yeah, I think that could have turned the game around. It would have at least been harder for me to finish him off with my stealth. Alright, we have another Warlock, which is great. Considering how many Paladins and Mages I've seen lately, having 2 Warlocks when I'm Hunter is awesome. This opening hand is terrifying. In the late game, it is terrifying to play these cards. In the early game, it's terrifying to have them in your hand. So can I please get something to play? Nope, nope, and not a chance. Oh, geez. Okay, so this is where our luck catches up with us. Gonna be a rough start. Oh my God, this is a rough start. So, oh geez. If he has anything to play here, I am gonna be in butt tons of trouble. And I do mean butt tons. That's a metric unit. Okay, well, we have a Steady Shot on turn 2. He's going to play something. I have to respond to it with probably the Farseer, unless I have to Deadly Shot. I hope I don't have to Deadly Shot. That would just be sad. Okay, I might have to Deadly Shot. Yeah, that sucks. But this thing just dies unless I'm lucky enough to hit a coin flip. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Alright, we're doing it. This sucks because there are way better things that might need to be Deadly Shotted later. I just couldn't risk losing a creature. Alright, he now plays something much less impressive, and this gives me some options. I could kill it with the Glyvzuka now, but then all I'm doing is Steady Shotting, so I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to play Mr. Snaps, as I like to call him. I used to call this the Big Dumb Beast, but I've changed my tune. I haven't talked about this before. In World of Warcraft, which my girlfriend got me into, I've really enjoyed having a turtle as a pet. They're really just the cutest. So I kind of have to respect the Snapjaw for no other reason than that. Okay, we got a couple of different options here. Actually, quite a few options on this turn. Option number 1, play the hit the Shatters and Cleric, heal the Big Dumb Beast. Well, I mean, it's affectionate now. I say that affectionately. And then play Freezing Trap for the Yeti. Option number 2, play Glyvzuka. It'll buff this Snapjaw. Run into the Yeti, heal the Yeti with the Snapjaw, and then, of course, also hit the Yeti with the Glyvzuka to finish it off. That way, the Cleric gets to trade with the Farseer. Option number 3, Cobra Shot the Cleric. That's terrible. Nope, not doing that. I could Glyvzuka the Cleric and just hit it, and then the Yeti, it's a 4/5 versus a 3/7, and what am I doing? Playing a Freezing Trap? I could do that, I guess. So basically, how much do I care if the Cleric kills the Farseer? That's the question. The answer is not that much. So we're going to do this. Get rid of his big creature, save the Freezing Trap for a later time and date. And now I've got a 3-6, which is pretty mighty. The difference between 2 power and 3 power is gigantic when you've got tons of health. So hopefully he'll just trade here. And then next turn I can play the Violet Teacher and Freezing Trap to get us 1-1 and then trap whatever big minion he plays right now. Oh shit, he's got Hellfire. Well, that's kind of good in its own right because now the board's empty, so I can actually play the high main, which is better than the Violet Teacher that I was planning to play anyway. And I can still play Violet Teacher Freezing Trap later. So, booyah, wouldn't want to do ya. Alright, now he's got 6. Seriously, who would want to do this guy? He's kind of ugly. He's got 6 cards and I have 6. I'm behind on health, but I have this, like, best creature in the game sort of thing going on with the high main out here. There's really no good answers to it whatsoever that I can possibly conceive of. Yeah, I can't think of a single good answer that a Warlock would have with 6 mana and a full hand. That's how good the mana high main is. He plays this, which is just Desperation. That's obviously not good at all. Okay, so we got a couple different options here. I could hit it with the Glyvzuka and then Cobra shot it. Then I can still play the Grunt after that. Protects the health in the high main, lets me get some damage on. I could obviously kill this with the high main, but then when this has 2 health, it opens up some options, like removal plus Hellfire or something. I'd like to keep this at high health if I can. But of course, if I keep it at high health, I can, like, play the Teacher in a Freezing Trap, for example. Well, I'm going to trust my instincts. By the way, you have to hit this thing first, so that it doesn't get buffed by Cobra Shot and deal 2 extra damage to for no reason. Chonka-donk. Bubbity-schmonk. And I think the Grunt is worth playing here. Threatens some extra damage. It's worth passing on the Steady Shot and the Freezing Trap, I think. Alright, he's got a bit of a card advantage, 7-5, but it's precarious now. He clearly couldn't deal with this card last turn. If he can't deal with it this turn and it hits him for 6, he's practically dead. Also, I got some cards right here if I needed, but I probably would play the Violet Teacher, Freezing Trap, and Steady Shot.
So many possibilities.
Again, I can't offhand think of any way to kill this and the hyenas in one turn. Well, that definitely makes me regret the Grunt play, but he has nothing else. So do we bash him and smash him here? Do we bash him and smash him? Or do we just take the slow road and kill the Kodo? Why don't we just take... Yeah, why don't we just take the slow path here? Well, hang on. 6, 8, he's down to 6? God, I mean, what's he gonna do? Seriously. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hit him, play this, play the trap, get a 1-1, Steady Shot. Threatening lethal with this high main. I've got the Freezing Trap to trap the Kodo. He couldn't kill this thing last 2 turns, so what's he gonna do this turn to kill it? I feel like I'm making the right choice. We'll see. He can't kill me with this Freezing Trap and play it in any way that I can conceive of. Now, he could Power Overwhelming and Shadow Flame, or something along those lines, but that would still put out 2 hyenas. However, then he could play Hellfire and kill the hyenas. However, then he's down to 3 health and I Steady Shot and I kill him. Could he... I guess he could play a 2-drop, Power Overwhelming on the Kodo, that's 3 mana. No, he could play... Let's say he plays like a Leper Gnome. Okay, he plays a Leper Gnome, Power Overwhelming on the Kodo, Shadow Flame. That's for 6 mana. Then he could still Shadow... No, he can't Shadow Flame twice. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Alright, he gets an Implosion, and then he eats the Freezing Trap. And now... What is this? Mortal Coil... Yeah, I don't know how he's going to kill everything. He's got a Soul Fire. That's pretty desperate. How does he kill off the hyenas with 3 health? I can't think of anything. Desperado Life Tap at the end of the turn. And that's it. Alright, wow, good start to this run. But again, 2 of the 3 wins were Warlocks, so I'm not feeling super cocky here. Because again, that is my best matchup. And I've had pretty good opening hands. Now, that last game had a bad opening hand, but I sort of top-decked my way out of it. I drew into a 3... What did I draw into? I drew into a 3-drop. And he had a slow start. Wait, I forget how it worked. Well, anyway, the point is... I think he just had a slow start. Anyway, we're up against Black Lotus, so we're up against a mage. 3-0. Mage, definitely intimidating. Explosive Trap. How likely are you to be of service in my noble cause? Well, if I got 2 Argent Squires coming out, it doesn't seem like Explosive Trap's going to fire for a long, long time. So, basically, I'd be playing it on turn 2 instead of Steady Shotting, because I'm going to coin both of these things out. I think it's important. I'm going to be playing this on turn 2 instead of Steady Shotting. And I think that's fine. I think it's fine to have this out. So we're going to go for it. We'll see if I regret my decision not to mulligan. As for why I kept this guy around, well, it's just a big body on turn 4. It's really annoying for mages to deal with because they don't really want to fireball or polymorph it, but they can't kill it with a flamethrower. Mana Worm is admittedly a pretty good response to Argent Squire. Now I drew another 4-drop. So do I actually coin into another Squire here? What does it do? She pings it, runs the Mana Worm in, kills it. The Squire still can't kill the Mana Worm. If I save the coin, I could actually play a 4-drop on turn 3. Alright, we're going to try this out. This is a bit risky, but my thinking here is as follows. She pings the Squire, runs the worm into it. I lay the trap on turn 2, kills the worm. I'm down a card, which sucks, but... Oh, here goes the missile, so hopefully it doesn't actually kill the Squire. Yeah, what are the odds that was going to happen? Both of them go right at the Squire. Alright, now I can waste the freezing trap just to set back a worm. Exploding close attack doesn't kill it. Alright, we're gonna try this again. See if it works this time. Hopefully she'll ping this and run the worm in, and then I can play the trap later. Arcane Missiles is a pretty good response to Argent Squire, I have to admit. I lost the coin flip. 50-50 odds my Squire would have lived. She has a Crusader. Okay, this is actually good and bad. Because if the Divine Shield is popped, it'll die to the trap. But if I spend the Squire to pop the shield, then the Mana Worm doesn't die to the trap. Alright, I'm gonna coin into a 4-drop, I think, here. So the question is which one? The Snapjaw doesn't quite kill the worm, but he has the most health to survive against that. The violet, yeah, we're gonna go for the big dumb beast, and I'm gonna pop the shield off. So as far as my opponent's concerned, I'm threatening to kill this with my Squire. So the Mana Worm or the Crusader should be redirected to kill the Squire. If she pings us for half her mana, I'm pretty okay with that. Is she gonna go for broke here? She pings that, plays spiders, and then hits me in the face for a bunch. Okay, well, I think what we have to do here, I don't like it exactly, but I'm going to pop the spiders and lay down an explosive trap. Freezing trap would be a waste, so I'm going to just steady shot. So now, she's going to run everything at this beast because if she's worth any of her weight in salt, she's going to realize I played an explosive trap. And indeed that's what she's doing, which is fine by me because... if she's throwing everything at this big dumb beast, the big dumb beast definitely did its job. Oh, that's quite clever. So she plays the Berserker to have it enraged by the explosive trap, which is quite clever. Quite clever indeed. And then the problem for her is that I'm going to get to play a freezing trap here. I'd love to play something else, but the 5/5 just murders everything I've got. So we're going to heal up and lay the freezer. Alright, so... after the freezing trap pops, she'll have 5 cards in hand to my 4. I've got some decent 4-drops here, but yeah, I'm going to get overwhelmed if she just plays big minions. Like, if she plays like an ogre here, I am just screwed. Piloted Sky Golem. Very good card. Ouch. Well, I could kill it with the bow, but then there's still a 4-drop popping out of it, and I can't play anything else. This is bad. I am set to lose right now. Fen Creeper dies as well as the Senjin does, so I might as well play the Senjin and Steady Shot, but this is looking a little bit ugly. I've played both secrets, so the bow's not getting recharged. She's at 20 health, so even with the bow's help, I'm not going to be able to do that much burn. I'm pretty screwed, I'd say. I would say I'm pretty screwed. And she heals up for good measure and plays it. And this 4 health is actually a problem for me here. Ouch, this is really bad. What do you do here? What the hell do you do? Oh, man. What you gotta do is... I'm not sure this is the right play at all, but what I'm gonna do here is see what 4-drop she gets. Hopefully it's nothing super great. It's a 4/1, okay. Yeah, I am just toast. I don't think I can come back and win this. Her opening was too good. That Mana Worm, yeah, it's just that Mana Worm. Her 1-drop was better than my pair of 1-drops, and I never quite recovered from that. Oh god. Alright, so I think we can just concede here. I don't have any more explosive traps, don't have any hounds. There's really nothing I have that can get me back from this. I will, in utter futility, hit her. What am I doing? Why am I even in this game? There's no point in being here. Yeah, I can't burn her out. Well, I won't concede. I had my finger on the escape key. We'll finish this out. I don't know what crazy things might happen, but let's just see it. Pretty low. She plays the Berserker for 7 mana. Threatening lethal with that. And let's see, does that stop her? 5, 9, no, she wins. Ba-dink, donk. Oh, that's too bad. Well, we got time for one more game. I would still like to make it to 5 wins. That 3-0 opening, sexy as it was, won't mean anything if I don't make it to 5. So let's try to get one more win before this video ends. And we'll call it a wrap. I like how there was a patch for Hearthstone, and they still haven't fixed the Warsong Commander bug. Shame on you, Blizzard. Shame, shame, shame. Boatloads of shame. Night after night, day after day. Alright, we're up against Rose the Rogue. A decent matchup. She obviously has great board control, but I can burn her out. That's sort of fair. I'm going to keep this engine. This is such a good 4-drop, especially against rogues, that I'm willing to risk a slow opener with nothing until turn 3 to make sure I've got that guy. Okay, my deck's not really helping me here with my risky mulligan decisions. She plays Clockwork Gnome, which is a problem because I cannot kill it with my hero ability. And, oh, this is bad. So now this is just bad. She still has the coin. Wolf Rider to kill the Gnome is just beyond terrible. Kill command to kill this is beyond terrible. She doesn't give me anything to do as an alternative. Okay, we're going to make that awful, awful, awful play again unless I get something better. Loot Hoarder dies to the dagger. Nope. I'm going to do the Wolf Rider to kill the Gnome. And then whatever she plays, I'm just going to have to hope Senjin is a good enough reply. She still has a coin. She could make a 4-drop here, which is a problem. This only deals 3 damage. I have no beasts to buff it up to 5. I'm behind. Jeez. Clockwork Gnome. Ruining my life. See how big of a difference a 1-drop can make? It's huge. Did I passed on a good 1-drop somewhere. Yes, I took a piloted shredder instead of a web spinner. I think I regret that. It's the coin. Fuck! That's the one thing I was really hoping it wouldn't be. Well, what is it? It's Yellow Yeti. Shit. So it dies to the Senjin dies to the Yeti plus the dagger. Alright, we're again going to make this awful play that I hate, which is to use a deadly shot a little bit early. I mean, a Senjin's not a bad thing to kill with it, but still kind of sucks. We're a turn away from playing this trump card here, which is a problem because I have to do something on turn 5, which is likely to be very bad. Just playing a Senjin versus a superior card is not great. Good news is she's used her coin, and one of these cards is a spare part. Bad news is I'm just behind. Alright, Dark Iron Dwarf also dies to Senjin, doesn't die to the Senjin. I can play a Freezing Trap to put it back in her hand, but I think we can't do that. So I'm gonna do this. She's gonna throw the dwarf and hit it with the dagger. And then my response of the high main's a bit underwhelming because the dwarf will still be here to hit the high main. But I just have to do it. I think if I froze trap there, I didn't have a good enough 3-drop to justify it. Eviscerate? Oh my god, I don't know why that died. I don't understand what just happened. I have no idea why she did that. So, in my opinion, it would have been better to hit the Senjin with the dwarf, hit the Senjin with the dagger, and then you get to keep a 4-1. This way, she spent her spare part and lost her 4-4, all for an extra dagger tick. That doesn't seem worth it to me. So here, I could play the freezing trap against this thing. I'm like a demolisher. And then that would be all I could do. And then she could just play any 6-drop she wanted. This would cost... Actually, this would cost 6 minutes. She could even replay this. Now we'll play the high main. So this sucks in a way because it's not too difficult to get rid of a pair of 2/2s, especially if you're a rogue. She just... I mean, Blade Flurry plus Deadly Poison would do that, or just a Fan of Knives or something. Okay, Assassinate also works. So this, I don't know, not an ideal solution, though, because she can kill one of them, but then if I come up with extra damage, I could stop her from playing minions. Well, I don't know what's going on. This person's making some very weird life choices. So we can do the Sen'jin to trade with the Ambusher, and then she could play whatever she wants pretty freely. Or I could do the sort of Gambit maneuver. I could Ravenhold Assassin, and then hit her in the face with a Hyena. And then she can kill the Hyena with the Ambusher, but then if she plays any other minions, this thing's still around, I could pop the minion back up just by killing the Ambusher. I could also play Sen'jin to trade with the Ambusher directly. I think that might just be a bit too clever for my own good, though. Why don't we just kill this thing? Play a Sen'jin and hit her in the face. So she's got 6 cards to my 6. I do have an answer that will take care of a big thing. And if she doesn't have good cards here, I could then play the Assassin in relative peace. This guy doesn't do anything yet, although it could if she has some combo stuff with it. She doesn't. Is that why she didn't want to use the dagger? Because she wanted to get maximum value from the auto barber? I think that she has erred, if that is what she was thinking. Okay, we got a couple of different options here. With this Bluegill Warrior, I could start to go for the face. Because, what is this? 5, 7, 9 damage? No, that's dumb. That's pretty dumb. I could play the Assassin. I could play the Demolisher. I could use the Hyena to kill this. I could use the Bluegill Warrior. No, I don't need to use the Bluegill Warrior. I could use the Hyena to kill the 3-2. Sen'jin to kill the 2-2. Play Freezing Trap for the 4-4, which granted kind of sucks because she could play it for 7 mana and get the 2-2 back. But it would give me tempo for the Sen'jin to live longer. Or I could just say, fuck all y'all bitches and play the Ravenhold Assassin. Why don't we just do that? So we'll do the Assassin, kill this, kill this. Now the 4-4 kills the 3-3. I could finish it off with a Bluegill Warrior and lay out my hand, basically, and start hitting her for 7, maybe. Granted, this thing's still going to be alive. No, wait. The Bluegill Warrior will kill it. Okay, so she needs something big here, but I can play a Freezing Trap to stop the big thing from killing the Assassin. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, that would be a decent thing to freezingly trap. Oh, that's awkward. Shoot. Because I can't kill both of these things with what I have. Still can't kill both those things with what I have. I could Eagle Horn Bow one thing, and then Freezing Trap would take out the Crusader, and then this guy would still be around to kill the Assassin. This thing really needed to not have Divine Shield. Shoot. Ah, crap. So I can make a weird play. I could hit the Divine Shield with the Assassin, but then she could finish it off with the Wicked Knife, although that would still be taking the damage. I could kill the Assassin, kill this, play Freezing Trap, and hit her in the face with the bow, I guess. Knowing that the Freezing Trap would pop and then recharge the bow a bit. What is this, 3, 4, 7? I could even play the Loot Hoarder. Alright, I think we'll do that. Yeah. So we'll kill that there. Play the Bluegill Warrior. Kill that there. Play the bow. Hit her in her fat face. Lay out the trap. And then Steady Shot or Loot Hoarder. Loot Hoarder just cycles for a card and takes out a weapon charge. I actually don't mind that, though, because I would not mind getting an extra card since I'm a bit out of gas. And I still have Onyxia up there and 2 Stranglethorn Tigers. I wouldn't mind doubling my chances to get those cards. She takes some damage. I get that thing, which isn't that great. She pops the trap. She has 5 cards and a 2-1. I'm definitely behind here, but there's a chance of burning her out here if I could get my endgame in time and if her hand's weak. She's ahead, though. Definitely ahead right now. Spider Tank's decent, and Frost Elemental to stop me from attacking. 5-5 is just pretty good here. It just kills my thing. Shit. Well, let's play all my biggest stuff. Let's see, assuming I hit her with both ticks of the bow, that's 13, 11. Crap. I'm gonna have a tough time burning her out. She's got too many cards. I pretty much need to get Onyxia to save me from this situation. I'm not sure a Tiger would actually do it anymore.
I have no time for
Sylvanas is definitely a problem. And then she's going to use the tank plus an Eviscerate to kill this off. I'm completely out of gas. I could use the bow to kill a creature, but I'm so far behind on cards it wouldn't really help me. Would it, to kill both these creatures with a bow? Whatever way I choose, it's going to be a long shot, but I have to decide what's the best long shot available. To kill both these creatures with the bow, or to go for the face. I don't know. Let's go for the face. Schmack, schmack, schmack. And even if I kill one of these, she can still clear my board out, so there's no point. I might as well just hit her in the face. Take her down as far as I can before I have to go down. And there's still a chance that I'll get Onyxia and it'll bail me out. Tiger isn't enough anymore. I think she'll kill me before the tiger can attack, unfortunately. Ah, shoot. This game seemed like it was going to work, but, yeah. Couldn't quite hang on. Wow, Dr. Broom. I do have an explosive trap in here, which would actually kill a substantial amount of her board and give me some more time to, find my answer. So I got a 2 in 15 chance of getting a good card. Did not happen. Not even close. Not even a tiny bit. Okay, well, let's hit her in her fat face. I don't think I die this turn, do I? What is this? 10, 17, 18, 19, but I die next turn. So I'd have to get Explosive Trap. No, Explosive Trap wouldn't kill Dr. Broom. I actually lose the game. Shit! Oh, man, what a promising beginning to this run. And from 3 in, oh, we are dropping to 3 and 2, and that's depressingly where the video actually has to end. So my apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but actually I die right now. I didn't even realize that. Great. Okay, cool. So we dead. We dead. Ball sacks. Bobbing ball sacks. Well, thanks for, oh, no. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Take care.